Big Jamie Kelly fancies himself from 5 yards out there. Probably a yard out now. Big Hash coming here. If he timed his run well, it could be over. There you go. Great run, Hash. You could see him coming a mile away. And again, anywhere close to the line, this guy's footwork and his agility and his power is always going to be a threat. And that's where he shone the other day when they played against New South Wales tertiary students. He picked up a ball from dummy half. He stood up. He very unorthodox. He took the first contact. He twisted. He turned. He stepped. And from 2 yards out, he scored. And purely physicality and agility and power, and not necessarily a lot of rugby league now. But to be fair to Hash, this is probably his 4th or 5th game of rugby league ever, and the awesome athlete that he is, I think he's got a big future in this game, and great to see him score his second try there, Paul, for BC Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think we both saw him coming from the deep, and we knew that there was going to be trouble for England trying to stop him from that short of distance, and he really had no opposition there, running through like a hot knife through some butter there.
Psychologically, a huge blow, though, because we're 25 minutes into the game right now, and England are playing uncharacteristically error-strewn rugby. And I know the Bulldogs haven't hit their stride yet because we've also made a lot of errors. But just to be able to come away with some points, 15 minutes from the half, and I think both teams realise they've got the best rugby ahead of them. But the question right now is who can put points on the scoreboard? And the Bulldogs have got the 4, and hopefully Daniel Blasco-Morris, the Bulldogs captain here, can convert the 2 and give us a 6-0 lead. It's a well-struck shot, just curling. Oh, he must miss the left post by inches. Bulldogs stay 4-0 ahead. The English, but at the end of the time, the law of averages will work its way out, and if we can keep putting those balls along the ground with a good chase, we'll get some good results. And now here we are with a fantastic attacking opportunity. Let's see if BC can put a second try on the board.
Okay, they're about 15 metres out. Feed to BC. Okay, it's coming out. And I'm on the Ricky Shouten. Let's make sure they hold this ball. It's a good first hit up. Worked it to the middle of the park. They've got options either side. Comes out to Hashem. He's going to run hard.
Great footwork for a big guy.
He's guaranteed that you're going to be doing your best to try and stop him from that short distance. Oh, that's a try from dummy half. A try from dummy half. How simple was that?
Well, it's sticking to the game plan again, Paul. Bottom line is you don't need to get too fancy against this team. I think we've discovered that we can beat them up the middle. So why bother playing out the edges right now? Just keep sending the big panzers down the middle, and let's see if the English keep defending. And right now you'd have to say that the BC Bulldogs have got the tails up, and the England team looking a little bit dejected out there, and realise that they're in a different game. Physically, this is a different game from Saturday against the Wolverines and the previous Wednesday against the under-23s. They're playing big grown men. They're playing the best that Canada has to offer, and so far they're coming second off.
Kick from in front for Blemo, the BC Bulldogs captain. No mistake there. So it's 10-0. 10-0 to the BC Bulldogs.
Well, this is a very important set of 6, Paul. We're real still right. Blasco-Morris goes for the line. Looks like he's got it down. There's a lot of activity for the BC players, and the referee awards a try. 14-0, playing a simple game plan, one-out rugby league, lots of option runners, nothing too complicated, and just wearing the English down, right down the middle.
Excuse me, I'm just looking to see anyone running across the pitch at the moment. No, it's 14-0. That's the score. Great run from the captain then. Lines this one up, moves in, and he's missed it. So the score remains 14-0. 14-0 to the BC Bulldogs.
Very strong. Here's the opportunity now. Here's the numbers now. He's got a stick. Oh, that was a well-worked try by the English there. Good hands on the short side. Well taken try. Juggled a little bit by the right winger, but managed to touch the ball down in the corner to bring the score back to 14-4 now, Paul? 14-4. With 50 seconds left in the second half. Very opportune try there for the Bala Lions, and will be a little bit, I know the BC Bulldogs coach will be upset that we just weren't able to get out of our half, and on a soft play of the ball and a soft ruck infringement, we gave possession away when we could have been kicking deep and chasing and pinning them down in the last minute of the game.
So he's got an awkward kick here from out wide. Just before I think it's Kieran Jones. Looks like it to me.
Psychologically, Paul, that's huge for the English team. 14-0 at half-time, that would have been asking a lot in the second half, especially the way both defences are going. But to suddenly gift the English team 4 or possibly 6 points from a defence, from a lapse, from something as soft as a play of the ball, that's going to give this team heart. I know if I was a coach of the English team, I'd just say that the door's just been reopened, and depending on how you come out in the second half, this game could be anybody's. 8 points is a big difference from 14. Let's just see if the English kicker can convert this. Pushes it left, it's not going to be converted. So the score remains 14-4 to the BC Bulldogs, and that's the halftime hooter. Paul, got to be happy with that first half by the BC Bulldogs. Wasn't the best rugby league that I know that they can play, and I'm sure the same could be said for the Young England Lions. But nonetheless, 3 tries to 1, and territory, possession, pretty even. I would say that maybe the Bulldogs are edging at 55 to 45, 60 to 40. And I think if they can stick to this game plan and keep their heads and not do anything too fancy, just keep looking to go up the middle and tire out this young English team, I think the game could be there for the taking. But as we saw on Saturday, the English team are battle-hardened. They are physically very fit. They used to play in this level of rugby league week in, week out, in a much longer season that probably spans 22 to 26 games. So I don't expect the English to tire, and I'm just hoping that the Bulldogs have got the fitness and the mental concentration and focus to be able to last a full 80.
I'm here with Dan, captain of Team BC. It was a very physical match today, very competitive. Just walk us through what it was like playing out there.
Oh man, I've never played against tougher guys in my life, considering they're younger than us too. Those all 19-year-olds and guys half my size are running at me and putting me on my back, It's fun though, it's a lot of fun. Definitely our biggest challenge for sure so far.
And I mean, at times the game got a bit out of hand, a couple of players getting sent off. Did you find that they were overstepping the mark at times?
Oh yeah, definitely. They're coming in, throwing elbows straight into the tackle, and a lot of dirty stuff in the rucks on the ground, throwing fists and elbows, but just got to try and not get bothered by that nonsense and pick it up.
And we had pretty great support today. What message would you give to the fans cheering you guys on today?
Keep coming out, bring your friends, more people the better.
Perfect, thank you. I'm here with Jordan, captain of England. I've asked a couple of people this question, but it was a very tough and physical match. Just walk us through what it was like playing out there.
Absolutely, completely different to what the under-23s and under-19s team was. It was much more of a test. They're a lot bigger lads than what we are, and we took it forward real well. And I think sometimes we struggled with the pressure, but a little bit longer going on in the second half, I think we'd have had the win.
And I've also mentioned that the UK is a very top rugby nation. What did you see from Canada and their potential out there?
They've got quite a lot of potential. They're always going forward. They never give in. It's always to the full 80 minutes, and I think they're going really well and carry on developing the game and developing the structure and things, and they'll be on the right track. Yeah.
And also, you guys have a lot of young lads on your team, and they were very skillful guys. What message do you have for them to just kick on to the next level?
Absolutely, yeah. Just keep going, keep striving. Obviously, us and all the Canadian players just keep pushing, because it doesn't matter what age you are. If you get picked up, if you've got your ability and all your strength and your core skills there, and that's all what you need. Just keep going, and the will to do.
And obviously, you flying out to Canada, it must have been very tough. What kind of preparation do you guys do before coming into a match like this?
I think we had 7 or 8 training sessions before we come after the selection of the squad. Just all basically worked hard, put all we've got into it. Obviously 9.5 hours on a plane is a tough journey, especially for such a short time we've been here. So that might have took it out of us a little bit, but credit to Canada, they got the win today.
Cheers.
Oh, juggles the ball, but strong lad, this 14. He'll keep his legs going. He'll look for the offload. Bit of shape here on the right side. Good unders line. Easy, soft try there. Nobody compressing defensively around the ruck, and that was a gift to the English team. All goes back to a simple error. from dummy half, a pass that was dropped by Ben Drickybau. You could argue that the ball dropped down to his knees, but you could also say he should have been a lot closer and tighter to that pass. And again, 2 tries given away as a direct result of 2 basic BC Bulldog errors, unforced errors, and really to stand a chance of beating a team of this caliber, you've really got to stop making those errors and tighten up your game plan and make sure your passes stick and just run a little bit closer to the ball. And I'm hoping that we can still adapt with 35 minutes of the game left.
Yeah, that was probably about 3 or 4 sets, continuous sets there, and that's going to be hard for any team to stop a team like this. Kira Jones converts, now 14-10. 14-10 in favour of the BC Bulldogs.
Josh Ladd there does well. 4 England would-be defenders, lands on his front. Takes a little bit of sting out of the England's defence. Now Drickybau, another tough Fijian. Manages to advance another 5 metres. Hignall, Bruce and Blasco now.
Hold on to it.
Big hit. Tackle 3. Now some shape on the edges. Bruce needs to play the ball here and not worry about the... needs to play the ball, allowing English defence to reset. Hashim has a bit of a... Great scramble defence, so the English read that so well. Wonderful out of the back pass by Hashim Melohi, showing that he's not only a runner, but he's a passer again. Shows his strength there, and I guarantee that is over. That's where he's the most powerful from. That's another great try. Well deserved. He almost made a try there for his outside man with a wonderful offload out of the right hand. And then, as ever, anything close to a yard or 2 from the line, he has the strength and the footwork to power his way over.
That was a strong tie by Hash. That's the second time he's done it tonight. Very strong. That's what they needed to retaliate from that. There's no need to be throwing punches like England. Just get in there and play rugby league. Second try to Hash. Difficult conversion attempt coming up, but it's a vital one. Score now 18-10, favour of BC Bulldogs. Daniel Blasco Morris lines it up. Moves in. Oh, he's missed that one. Score remains 18-10.
Fantastic and very clinical if they could put one more try on the board now with about 15 minutes remaining, Paul.
Yeah, what goes around comes around, and yeah, drop the ball there on the long kick. It's a shame this game's disintegrated into what England has brought this game into. But we saw the signs on Saturday, and it's just continued on.
You knew this was coming, unfortunately. As I say, I've been involved in rugby league all my life, and you can see the signs. And, you know, at the professional level, push and shove does not result in anything more than push and shove because there's salaries at stake, there's careers at stake. But unfortunately, the amateur level, that discipline's sometimes lacking, and we've seen it here tonight.
Jamie Kelly pushing the ball up, probably about 10 metres out. Ali Mack and hooker. Take the ball from dummy half. They're going to go left. They're going short blind. On to Blamo. Blamo pushes through one. He's hard to stop from here. He's hard to stop. He runs over the top of them. He's still going. Still going. Oh, I think he's in. I think he's got a great try. He has. Hold on. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's hold on. No, he's saying held up. Held up. Well, gee, that was almost an incredible run. Hashim comes in now. He's going for a hat trick. He's going for his hat trick. He can't get to the line. A long kick. Putting pressure on them. Comes up this defence. Oh, Ricky shouting again. Strong defence.
Hit there by Ben Drickybau. Number 4 knows he's just been in a collision there. And well done there. Paul Kelly goes over the top and stops the offload. Needs some real strong BC defence right now. Bit of pressure required here on the right wing. And Kalepi Gukaki delivers a great tackle, puts him on his back. Still, the set's not over. The number 7's got a very strong fend, but handled really well. Last tackle now. Let's see what England could do on tackle 6. So the halfback looks for a little stab through again. This could be anybody's ball. Looks like it's knocked on in goal. Knocked on in goal. What's the referee calling? Try given there. So interesting contest now. That makes the score 18-14.
Yep. About 3 minutes to go.
3 minutes to go.
So it looks like there's someone injured after that. Looking out wide, I think it might be Ricky Shoughton actually. So Skylar Dumas coming off. Coming off. Who's doing the kicking for England at the moment? It's 18-14. 14. Checked it. 18-16. 18-6. Time off while the injury, but there's no time off for injuries in this game.
I think, Paul, if the opportunity for a penalty comes up now, I think the English will take it. I think they would be very happy to come out with an 18-18 draw. And with less than 3 minutes remaining, there's probably going to be a couple of defensive sets required by the Bulldogs. And if they can pin the English team down in their half and not give away any penalties and complete their own attacking set of 6, then I think you could see quite the victory here tonight. 18-16 with roughly 2 minutes to go.
Oh, it's not even that. It's about a minute and a half, about 90 seconds. So this has been a thing tonight. There is no time off for injuries, unless it's a major injury, and we've been fortunately tonight, no major injuries. So I think you're going to find that BC really have to put 6 good tackles in here, one set.
One set, boys. Skylar. One set.
So BC will kick off. Hopefully long and deep. Oh, it's not long and it's not deep. Coming up. Oh, good defence. Good defence by the BC boys. Skylar Dumas. Right.
Go press.
They're standing still, England. Can't afford to let them get around them. They've got one man left. Come down, big run up the front. Taken by Ricky Shoughton. Puts him down. He's done a mountain of work. Coming up. Breaks off 1 or 2. And he's held. Held. Here comes a big fella up the middle, but held well by Jamie Kelly. They're not letting him go anywhere.
Last tackle now.
Kicks on, and it's going down, and it's still in play. Ricky Shoughton. Great work. Great work by Ricky Shoughton. So we're probably into the final 6 tackles of the match now. BC Bulldogs on the attack. Coming out wide. Oh, hold that ball. Paul Kelly takes it up and holds on to it. And full-time hooter.
I'm here with Daz from England. It was a tough competitive match out there today. Can you just walk us through it?
Yeah, it was very difficult for our boys. I obviously knew that you guys and your open age were going to be very physical, and we had to try and compete with that. Some of our boys have only just turned 18, some have just turned 19. So we're a very young squad, and we obviously knew the physicality of your 19s and your 23s. So we knew today was going to be a tough game. We just had to try and compete with that. We also knew that you were going to get under the skins a little bit and rough us up around the middle, and that's it gave us a good test, and the boys will learn from that.
And yeah, you just mentioned that it got kind of physical out there from times. Can you just walk us through the emotions that were going through some of the players?
Yeah, it's very emotional, and you're playing an international game. If there weren't no emotion like that, then what's the point? You're putting your pride on your sleeve. You're playing with your heart. So it's emotional for both teams, and obviously for Canada's point of view, it'll stand them in good stead for when they're going for the World Cup qualifiers. So it's a lot of pride on your sleeve, and I'm not going to say to the boys, this or that or other. And the day they played with the hearts on the sleeves, and I'm really pleased with my boys, and and Canada should be likewise.
And we know that England's a top nation for rugby. You see Canada are trying to improve their rugby. What message or what did you see out there that sees that they have the potential?
I think you've got the physicalities. That's without a doubt. We've had a tough 3 games. I think the biggest thing is allowing the game to roll. You're going to go against some real competitive sides. Some guys that's going to play the ball, really well. You're going against lads of your own age and the open age that they played today. So it's going to be really competitive, and you're going to be able to, manage without, kind of controlling the game by different aspects. You're going to have to learn to roll when it's got a roll on, by not slowing the play of the ball down and causing a penalty. You're going to have to deal with that by, winning the wrestle already before it's even got to ground, and things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of potential that Canada's got.
And you obviously mentioned that you lot have some young lads. For them to come out here, travel abroad, what kind of an experience is it for them?
Oh, it's been great, and that's what I've said to the boys today. There's quite a few things that didn't go our way. There were some decisions, and sometimes you're on the 50-50 call those. And today I thought we were on the receiving end, whereas the game's been a bit of half and half. So looking at that, the boys that have come over, one guy's, he's just gone 19. It's his first flight ever, so it's a nice 9.5-hour flight for your first one. So for an experience for these guys that have, come over, they're going to learn from the game. They're going to learn from all the experience, and that's what I said to the boys. No matter what result we were today, I ain't bothered. I ain't bothered about losing. We're really proud. I'm really proud of the boys and what they've done and what they've achieved since they got here. So and these guys will go back. They'll go back to England on the back of this, and and they'll take this into the club games, and obviously playing for your country and going back and, like I say, wearing your heart on your sleeve, and it's a big step for these guys. So all the experience is just going to do wonders for these back home as well.
Thanks, cheers, Dad.
All right.
Standing here with Adam. It was a pretty tough game today, very competitive. Again, just walk us through what it was like playing out there.
Well, I mean, for a young squad, they really kind of came out fighting. I think the biggest thing for us was just being disciplined, completing our sets, making sure we're quick off the ball, off the tackle, because these guys are getting back and they're coming up. So, they were expecting, a tougher side from us, and that's what we kind of did. Is we ran harder, a lot more down the middle, just kind of wear and tearing down, and that's where we got our tries on early. But I think the biggest thing was, again, kind of like the work rate, getting back, wrestling down to that tackle, because they know how to play the ball and play around our markers. So they were more technical today, but I think just out of kind of strength and will and a little bit of pride for our country is what we had to kind of play for today and help us take the win.
And obviously you mentioned that they are a very technical and tougher team. If you were to compare them to some of the sides here in Canada, what would the comparisons be?
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, we really kind of only have the 2 provinces really running rugby league out here. So, I mean, this would be our top squad we have out here in BC. I got a lot of faith in these boys. I mean, they're just as pretty even with the other side that's going on in Ontario, and that's really kind of where we pick our Canada side. So, I mean, even if we got half the guys out from Ontario, it'd still be a dogfight, I think. Again, we just need these teams coming over here so we can get the experience, right? We only really can learn from these teams and get better by playing at their level, not really from just within our own competition. So it's a big ask for us and them to come over, but I mean it's a big thanks, to have them come out here and get everything out we can from it.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, it's a great experience for Canadian rugby. Yeah. If you had to send the message to the young kids in BC and Canada coming up, what would you say?
Oh, well, I just say keep working hard. I mean, put your time in and off the field, in the gym, because, you're going to need the strength. It's not just the speed. You got to be able to wrestle around the ball. And it's also just, watch what videos you can. I know you can get a couple shows, online or on your network, and just start watching the game so you can learn how the boys are running and the lines are running, because it's not quite like Union. I know coming from a Union background growing up, I had to relearn a lot, especially on defense, because it's more straight up tackling, and you're actually tackling a lot harder because you want to hold up that ball. So I would just say, come out to the domestic competitions we have here. We even have it going in at the U16 age, where we have 9s, the alteration of 7s basically going on in the summer. So get out. We got a good group of volunteers out here, guys who like to support the younger squads. So we'll teach you everything we got, and so we can just kind of keep bringing up the youth and develop from within there. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thanks.